The government has 3 federal executions set to happen right here in Terre Haute next week. The last ones to happen were in the early 2000s. This week, we're taking a look at the history, protocols, and controversies surrounding what's happening. This evening, John Swanner takes a look at what's changed and how we got here as the government resumes these federal executions.
The last federal execution took place in 2003. At that time, the government used a 3-drug cocktail for lethal injections. We talked with the Death Penalty Information Center ahead of these executions. The executive director says a lawsuit has been pending for more than a decade challenging the 3-drug cocktail. The lawsuit outlined a timeline for what was supposed to happen under a new protocol.
You have to bring back the death penalty.
Last year, the Trump administration announced it was resuming these executions with a new protocol, a single drug called pentobarbital. The center says the administration circumvented the process.
A number of prisoners had sued and their challenge was pending. The administration handpicked individuals who were not part of that to try to make it so the federal court wouldn't have to review the protocol. Well, that didn't work. The prisoners joined the other prisoners.
After much back and forth, the center says the Supreme Court opted not to rule if the government followed the law in the new protocol.
What they decided was we're not going to hear the case now. But what that meant was we're not going to say what the law is, but we're going to let the executions go forward.
Other motions for the prisoners are also ongoing.
So now we have 4 prisoners who are scheduled for execution. We have parts of their legal challenge that were never decided a year ago. Whatever happens, there's going to be last-minute litigation. It's going to be very dramatic, but it's going to be very confusing.
The new lethal injection protocol has a precise outline. We found a document filed in court which has an effective date of July 2019. Not less than 14 days before an execution, the Bureau of Prisons is supposed to select the personnel involved, and there are to be 3 sets of numbered and labeled syringes. One of the sets is used in the carrying out of the death sentence, and 2 sets are available as backups. About 30 minutes prior to the execution, the prisoner will arrive in the execution room to be restrained to the table. Then those involved will attach a cardiac monitor and insert a line for the solutions to be administered intravenously. Now, there will be witnesses to these executions if they happen as planned. This includes the news media. News 10's Heather Good has been selected for at least one of these executions. Back to you.
The prisoners had to propose a different method of execution in their lawsuit challenging the new protocol. They proposed adding an opioid to the cocktail or using a firing squad. The government responded saying the prisoners' claims don't meet the standard for a method of execution challenge.